on down to your mat. Come join me on your back. All right, we're going to begin in a really simple way this morning, given that we've just woken up. And we'll bend the knees and walk the feet in nice and close to the heels. Let the hands relax out by your sides. Close down the eyes. You're going to take some big deep breaths in and out through the nose. Start to take longer inhales and shorter exhales. You use the breath to wake up this morning. By extending those inhales, we invite more oxygen into the body. And start to flood the cells with some fresh energy. And then all together, let's take one big breath in through the nose. And open the mouth, let it go. One more like that. Big inhale. And open the mouth. Good. Pull the knees into the chest. You can gently open the eyes or keep them closed. Give the knees a nice little hug, rock and roll from side to side. And then extend the left leg, keep pulling the right knee into the chest. Take it really gentle. This is our first stretch and the hips might feel quite tight. So really just allow it to be quite passive. Don't force the knee closer to the chest than it wants to be. And then swap it out for the left. Extend the right leg long. Draw the left knee in. Good, one more breath here. And then we're going to alternate the legs and we're going to start to find a bit more speed in our practice. So grabbing onto the right foot just for a moment, so the right knee, and then the left knee. So we're alternating. Grabbing one, extending one. Moving as fast or as slow as you like. Awesome. Let's take one more on each side. And then release the feet back down to the ground. Walk them in nice and close to your seat. Walk the feet so that they touch. The insides of the feet are close together. And then let the knees fall open. Finding this reclined butterfly on the knife edge of the feet. Draw the knees back together. And let them fall open. 3 more like that. Draw them into center. And let the knees open up. Inhale, bring them back up to center. Last one. Let them fall open. And bring the knees back together. Good, keeping the left foot grounded. On an inhale, reach the right leg nice and high. Flex the foot. And imagine you're pressing it to the ceiling. Taking that right foot across to the left knee, find a figure 4. So we're crossing that right ankle on top of the left knee and then walking the left foot in closer or further, or you may even take it off the ground and reach around to grab the back of the left leg. Continue to let the upper body be really relaxed. One more breath. And then release whatever you have hold of, taking the left foot back down to the ground. Bring the right foot to meet it. Let's send that left leg high. Flex the foot. Press into the ceiling. And then crossing the left ankle over the right knee. Find your figure four. And this side might feel different. You might do something different here. That's all good. It's all welcome. Just listening to what you need this morning. And one more breath here. Good. And then releasing the right foot back down to the ground. Plant the left foot down. All right, we're going to begin to turn on our core. So press the lower belly into, or the lower back into the mat, and then tuck the lower belly in. Really pressing that pelvis back towards the spine. Now your hands can be on your lower abdomen so you can feel this, or they can be by your side. We're going to send both legs up to the sky, coming into this waterfall pose, if you will. So again, hands can be out to the sides or on your belly. And then we're going to lower the right leg. Keep it straight all the way, just an inch off the ground. Bend the knee, pull it into the chest, and then send it high. So we're making this big circle. Left leg lowers. Good control. Bend the knee, draw it into center, and extend the foot to the sky. All right, let's find 3 like that on each side. Right leg down, bends in, and goes high. You're going to take it to the left side and extend the leg long. Begin to connect the breath with the movement, exhaling to lower the leg, and inhaling to draw it in and up. Good, and then the next time both feet are planted towards the sky, let's release them back down to the ground. Nice, take a big breath. Can be a lot of work for your hip flexors and your abs. So let it go. Awesome. This time, keeping the upper body where it is, let's lift those knees, but this time keep a nice bend. All right, so the feet are pressing to the front of the room. All right. Now, big breath here as we engage that core once again. And then point the toes. So now the bottoms of the feet face the ground. Keep the arms out by your side or on your belly, and then touch the right toes down to the ground. Lift them back up, and then lower the left toes down to the ground. So just touching very lightly here. Keep pointing, keep engaging through the core. And let's go for 2 more rounds. Move at your own pace. And the next time both feet come up, give them a big hug. Reach around with the arms, pull in, draw the nose up to the knees. Gentle rock side to side. And then rock back and forth, coming all the way on the long edge of the spine, up to seated. Well done. All right, let's shuffle our way onto the long edge of the mat. And we're going to extend the left leg out long and have the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. Find a nice tall spine here. Big breath out. And one more big breath in. And then gently begin to shift or slide over to the left. So keeping the body facing the front of the room. Reach over to grab either the shin, the foot, maybe the heel. And if that feels good, you can bring the right arm up and over to match. Big stretch through that right side body. Beautiful. Inhale, lift up. Take the right hand behind you and then lift onto the right knee. So we're coming into this bit of a back bend. Good. Open the chest up. Lift fingertips, reach back. And then exhale, lower back down onto your seat. Take your stretch over to the left foot. Find a bit more space. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up to center. And then take the left leg and cross it over top of the right. So we're stacking our feet, now shins here. You can call this double pigeon or firewood. Imagine you've stacked these firewood logs. And then find that tall spine once again. And begin to take a gentle walk forward with the hands, coming to fold over the legs. And we should feel this through that left hip. Now if you have a pillow or blocks or anything that you'd like to rest on, feel free to do that. We'll stay here for just a couple breaths. And on your next inhale, press yourself back upright. Let's keep that right leg or that left foot to the inside of the right thigh and extend the right leg out. Beautiful work. So we're taking that stretch over to the other side now. Flex that right toe, find that tall spine, and then when you're ready, begin to melt over to the right. Maybe taking that left arm up and over. Beginning to find space in the ribs. Doesn't have to be big for it to feel really good. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Actively pressing that left hand away. And then on your next inhale, take that left hand behind you, lift onto the left knee, and sweep the right hand behind. Open the chest. Good. Exhale and find yourself back in the stretch, reaching over to the right. Good. Let's come back up to center. Cross the right foot on top this time. So we've stacked that those logs in the opposite order this time. Now maybe staying here is totally where you're at. Okay, know that every side of the body is different. Or maybe you want to take that fold again. Coming to rest on the forearms, the head, a block, a book, a cushion. Allow it to feel really easy. You might sense a stretch, but it doesn't feel forced. And let's press ourselves back up to center and release the feet around behind you. Come back to the short edge of the mat and find your way into tabletop. Coming to all fours. Excuse me. You know it's early. Alright, let's set up our tabletop here with that flat back. Gaze directly between the hands. Find a nice long line. And then gently rock back and forth here over the wrists. Also, maybe you like to stay here, or maybe you can take your fingertips to the outside edges of the mat, and the forearms face each other. And maybe you like to take the fingertips towards the body, so the palms are planted as the forearms face out. Notice any tightness in the wrists and the forearms. And then take your counter stretch, taking the back of the hand to the mat one at a time or both. Be really gentle with the wrists. All right, and then press back to sit on the heels, give them a nice little circle or a shake. Let it all out. Nice. The wrists take a lot of weight and they're tiny little joints, so we need to look after them. All right, let's come back into our tabletop. Moving through some rounds of cat-cow here. On an inhale, we're going to drop the belly and lift the gaze. And exhale, tuck the pelvis round the spine, and then press into the hands, so we're spreading the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, come through cow. And exhale for cat. Inhale. Let's find 2 more rounds. And then your next inhale, make your way back to a neutral spine. Good. Feel free at any point to shake out the wrists or take a break. All right. But from here, we're going to inhale and extend the right leg long behind us. All right, begin to really engage the right glute. And then we're going to step that right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Good, finding a low lunge. On an inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Good, find a nice deep bend in that right knee. And then keeping the hands here, or maybe taking them down to the knee to press a little deeper. Well done, big breaths. Go ahead and plant the hands. Untuck the back toes. Lift to the back knee. And then step forward, coming to a forward fold. Now bend the knees as much as you like here. Alright. The upper body can rest on the thighs even. And let the head hang heavy as you grab opposite elbows. Take a gentle rock from side to side. And then release the hands. And very slowly uncurl your way all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders back and down. On an inhale, sweep the hands up high. And exhale, ride the breath back down, forward fold. Inhale, find a half lift, neutral back, lengthen the back of the legs. And then exhale, fold into that space. Plant the hands and step the right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Lower the knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, low lunge on the other side. Good. Hands keep reaching for the sky, or maybe they come to the knee. Anything goes. Good. And then let's take the hands, frame out the back foot, and then step it back, coming to our tabletop. Beautiful. All right, press through all 10 finger pads. We're going to set up for our first downward facing dog. Let's tuck the toes, and then lift the knees an inch or so off the mat. Engage the core, and then send the tailbone high, pressing back to downward facing. Now walk the feet out here, paddling through the heels. One leg straightens, the other bends. Take whatever feels good. And let the head hang heavy. We want to imagine the upper body's melting towards the thighs. Just notice how good it feels to stretch out, have some blood go back to the head. And then find your stillness. Take one full breath here. And on your inhale, let's sweep the right leg high. And exhale, bend the knee, step it to the front of the mat. Good. Inhale, rise up for a high lunge. Get a big bend in that right knee. And then step the left foot in a little bit more so that the heel touches the ground. Finding our pyramid pose. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, straighten that front leg. Take a fold. So we're folding over top of the right leg here. Nice stretch through the right hamstring. Your hands can rest on your shins, ankles, on the ground, or blocks if you have them. Good. And then bend into the right knee quite a lot. Reach the heart forward. And then once you find your balance, bring the hands up to reach it forward. Good. Bit of an awkward one. And then lift up with the upper body. Good. So we're in this weird sort of triangle pose. Both feet face forward. All right. Let's pivot that left foot to the outside edge of the mat. And then melt the hands open to warrior two. Get a big bend in the right knee. Inhale, reach it forward. And then exhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand reaches overhead. Left hand sweeps down. Good. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Windmill the hands down to frame out the front foot. Lower the back knee down. Plant the left hand and then shift your weight over to the left and gaze back the back of the mat. Good. Inhale, come back to center. Plant the hands, tuck the back toes, and step back for downward facing dog. Big breath. On an inhale, let's float that left leg high. And then bend the knee, draw it into the chest, step it forward. Good. On an inhale, find your high lunge. Left leg is bent. Breathe here. And then use that balance, step the right foot in a bit so the heel touches the ground. Straighten the front leg. And then take your pyramid on the other side, folding over the left leg. Now keep a small bend in the knee if you like, or have your props handy to help you get closer to the ground. On an inhale, really bend the knee, reach the heart forward, and then bring the hands up to reach to the front of the room. Keep pressing through the back heel. Really engage the back leg, and then inhale, lift up, come to stand. Well done. Let's pivot that right foot to the back of the mat. Windmill the hands open, finding warrior two. Big bend in the left knee. Inhale, reach a little further, and then exhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand reaches down, left hand overhead. Good. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down, frame out the left foot, and step back for downward facing dog. Inhale, roll the body forward to a high plank. Lower the knees and shift the weight back to sit on the heels, child's pose. Now the knees can be directly under the body or they can be wide. Big toes touch. Take some relaxing breaths here. And keep actively pressing through the fingertips. If and when you're ready, let's roll the body forward through tabletop and meet back in a downward facing dog. On an inhale, float the right leg high, and then bend the knee as you step it forward, planting it at the top of the mat. Lower the back knee down once again. Untuck the toes. Stay high on the fingertips, and then heel toe the foot to the outside edge of the mat, bringing the hands on the inside. Breathe here. Finding a lizard pose, you can keep that left knee on the ground, or if you like, you can tuck it, play around with the two of them, whatever feels best for your hips this morning. And we'll hang out here for a little bit. So finding some movement, keeping both hands on the ground, or maybe just planting the left hand and pressing the right knee open with the right hand. All right, anything goes. Maybe you play around with a combination of all of them. Maybe you like to take it deeper and come onto your forearms. All just options. And let's take one more breath here. Begin to heel toe the foot back into the center of the mat. Good, come through your low lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and press back for downward facing dog. Let's do this on the other side. Inhale, left leg sweeps high. Draw it into the chest and step it forward. Now staying high on the back toes or dropping the knee. Let's heel toe that left foot to the outside of the mat. Bringing the hands on the inside. Once again, just notice that the body is different day to day, side to side, moment to moment. You may feel different now compared to when we started. At least I hope so. And find whatever goes here for you, maybe moving side to side, pressing the knee open. Since it's the start of the day, I invite you to really find a bit more movement. Wake up the body. Get it ready for all of the fun things that we have planned for the day. And then wherever we are, let's come back into center with that left foot, framing it with the hands. And then tuck the back toes, plant the hands down, and step back for downward facing dog. Take a moment to notice how the legs feel, how the hips feel. And then on an inhale, roll forward to plank. Lower the knees down and tuck the toes and come to sit on the heels. Let the hands just rest on the thighs for a moment. Close down the eyes. Take a big breath in. And then let it go. really tuning in here. We're gonna find ourselves stretching our quads now. So taking the weight over to the right heel. Let's extend the left leg out in front of us. Now, if you have any knee issues, or this is just going to feel uncomfortable, feel free to grab a blanket or something and prop it either between the heel and your seat or the knee and the mat. All right. Now, this may already feel like quite a stretch for that right quad. It may not. And if it doesn't and you want to take it a bit deeper, you can actually shift your weight off of the heel, but keep that right knee bent so that the foot's kind of out to the right side of us. Okay. Looks a bit like that. So my right foot's out here. All right. Now, great stretch for that top of the ankle as well. Find that tall spine, and we're going to begin to fold over top of the left leg. And take it really gentle here, grabbing to the shin, the ankle, the toes, whatever is available. Okay, one more breath. And then pressing yourself upright, keep the legs where they are. You may need to shuffle forward. We're going to come back and lean either on the hands or on the forearms. Now keep pressing that right knee to the ground. That's where we're going to feel this through our quad, the top of our thigh. And if you'd like to take it a bit deeper, you can always come to lie on your back. But keep pressing the right knee into the ground. Deep breaths. Again, let it be easy. And one more. Wherever you are, we're going to gently reverse the movement. Pressing ourselves back upright. Good. And then shuffle the weight onto that right heel. Bring the left leg behind. And we'll take the right foot forward. So again, the options are available on the other side. You can stay sitting on the heel, or you can come to the ground with that left foot out beside you. Flex the right toes, and then take a fold over the right leg. Try to stay present here, focusing on the breath and the sensations in the body. Allow the day to take its time to get here. We're on our mat for a few more minutes. And then releasing whatever you have a hold of. Let's take that bend backwards, coming to the hands, or maybe the forearms, or maybe the back. Just shuffle a bit forward. Keep pressing the left knee into the ground, and just notice how this side feels. Allow wherever you are to be really relaxed, and just sort of soak it in. Let's take one more breath here. And take your time as you reverse the movement. Coming back upright. Release both feet out in front of you. And give the knees a nice little wiggle. Check it out. Maybe take the feet side to side, anything that just feels good to loosen back up after quite a long hold. And then plant the feet down, shuffle the weight forward and come to your back. Let's draw the knees into center. Give them a nice little hug, good squeeze. Rock side to side to massage out the lower back. And then keeping the knees bent, release the hands out to a T. So the arms come out long beside us, left and right. We're going to take a twist. So inhaling in center and exhaling, dropping the knees over to the left side. Gaze over to the right fingertips. Somebody's decided he wants to join in. Inhale to draw the knees up through center. And then take them over to the right. Keep pressing both shoulders into the ground. Goodness me. Inhale to draw both knees into center. Plant the heels down and extend the legs long. Finding our corpse pose, our Shavasana. I invite you to find any movement that feels good before you settle in for a moment. So make sure that you're comfortable, make any adjustments that you need. Maybe bring the hands beside the body or onto the belly and the heart. And we'll close down the eyes and run a full body scan. Starting from the feet, notice any sensations. And bring your awareness to your shins, to your thighs, to your hips, to your lower back, to your chest, to your arms. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. And lastly, bring your awareness to the neck and head. Very slowly begin to wriggle the fingers and the toes, bringing some awareness back into the body, some movement. And extend the hands, interlacing them above your head. Find a full body yawn. Reach the fingertips out and stretch the feet out. And then slowly roll onto one side. Of course, you're welcome to stay down as long as you like, or press yourself back up to a seated position. And let the hands be wherever they want to be. And I'll keep the eyes closed for a moment. And we'll set an intention for our day. Maybe it's a word or a feeling. But one thing that we would like to bring to this Thursday, an experience. And we'll bring the hands to heart center and take a small bow of gratitude for yourself and your body for getting up early, taking the time, stretching it out. It's really hard in the holiday season to get motivated, so I really do applaud you for joining me this morning. Our practice is now complete. So take your time today, go out and conquer the day with this newfound sense of space, hopefully, that we have in our bodies.